It's a game. Okay, Bethune-Cookman. To me, that's a W. We could talk about it, but I think that should hopefully be a shoo-in. I think what's going to happen, and we're gonna obviously break it down. Miami's going to go on a burner. There's going to be a game where they shouldn't lose, and they're going to lose, and that's what I'm looking to find. That's where my focus is. There's going to be a game or two that they are going to lose.
Like a Jacksonville State kind of thing.
Correct, right? Where they're coming in like nobody's even thinking about it, and we're going to get an alert on Saturday at it's going to be like a noon game. We're going to get an alert at 2:15 saying, let me see here. The Memphis, Tennessee is 2 minutes away from upsetting the undefeated Miami Hurricanes. That's what I'm feeling. That might be too soon. It could even be a Pitt. Could be the situation.
Let's see.
Or Georgia Tech. But I'm getting ahead of myself.
Focus.
Sorry. So we're in agreement. Bethune-Cookman, W. We're in agreement. Okay.
Agreement. Yep.
Southern Miss. That is Southern Miss, right? It looks like Southern Miss.
That is, yeah. The whatever. Angry Hawks.
What are you feeling with Southern Miss here?
So I feel like they win, but they win slight. They win slight because they're looking ahead.
They're focused here. So could this be one of those games they kind of lose it? You're thinking, or you're thinking it's still a dub?
No. I think they still W.
What's they still 23-20.
Yeah, it's like one of those things where it's like, a field goal, or maybe they just hold like a 7-point lead in the fourth quarter and they just continue to maintain it.
It's not a flashy win, but they get it's a grind win. Okay,
right, exactly.
I respect that. That's a healthy pick. We'll give him a W there. That was good, Steve. Well, good take. Texas A&M.
Oh boy.
And that's that's at Texas A&M.
It's at that is an environment too. It's not like if Texas A&M was going to Coral Gables that they're worried about the environment, but going to the 11th man.
12 man,
I'm going to give them the L.
12 man, Steve.
12th man, yeah, but you know what I mean. No, they don't win that game.
Yeah, I think that's going to be the L, but it's not going to be a bad L. I think again. Frederick, who's a Miami fan, says, I think it's going to be a 2 to 3 year process, and this is part of that process. Look, losing this game means nothing. This is where I do love where college football has gone is, back during the 06 run for the Gators, during that 4-year stretch of Tebow, if you didn't go undefeated, now we did one of the years we did lose a game, but you basically had to go undefeated, and it's exhausting when you have to go undefeated. It just kind of, you can't have a bad game because then the rest of the season's washed. Not anymore. So I like that.
Well, I think for Miami, what they need to really focus on is they've got to win a conference championship, and we'll get to that as we go down to the bottom of the schedule. But they haven't won a conference championship since they've even been in the ACC. So before they get to the national mindset, win the conference, and they haven't done that.
B. Bean says, how I predicted a Miami loss. Shocker. Look, I think we're all in agreement here. Look, they win this game, it could get scary really fast, and the Miami fans are going to be loud and hollering. The next we've got a Memphis, Tennessee. We're throwing a W. I'm not even going to waste our time, Steve. That's at home. That's back at home. I don't think this is that game where they fall short. Now, look, it could happen where they lose this game, and they're kind of a little bit of a hangover, and they come here and lose this game. That's possible. That's not crazy to think or believe, but I'm going to go off and say that's a W here.
Confident,
a lot of home games. North Carolina, I'm going to say the same. I think with what's his face, the quarterback. He's gone, right?
Yeah, Sam Howell.
Sam, that's right.
Yeah,
he's out of there, right?
He's not there. He went to the NFL. And gosh, without that,
that was their Lord Savior. He was their guy.
And look, in Miami keeps Van Dyke. He's good. He's good. So you get some stability out of the quarterback position from Miami, and not so much North Carolina. I'll take a W there.
Okay. VTech at Virginia Tech. This is the game to
me
that gets dicey. This is the game.
It
It's like
is.
for Virginia Tech. To me, it's Virginia Tech and Miami is like FSU and Florida, or like that's a bad example. It's like Florida, Tennessee, Florida, Kentucky, where the game, the Florida should always win those games. Miami should always win those games, right? When the years they should be winning those games, but because it's Virginia Tech and because it's Tennessee and Kentucky, the game is always going to be played hard. And I feel like this is going to be, again, if this is the record that they're pulling here, it depends on where VTech is at, but it could be, I'm feeling like a 7:30 game at VTech. That stadium gets a little bit of a ruckus
Woo,
at night. It gets
man.
bumping. Aren't they the Sandman?
Inner Sandman.
That's
that's
right.
their
Yeah.
that's
Dude,
their
it is
that's their
electric,
thing.
bro.
Oh, dude,
Electric.
they bounce around. They
Yes.
go bananas. They go bananas. And for Vatek being in the ACC, they moved at the same time as Miami. So they have been playing Miami since they were in the whatever the heck that conference was before. It Atlantic something. But now, look, Vatek in Miami have been their own little off the side that nobody cares about rivalry for a long time. And that game in Vatek, I would be willing to bet it ends up being at night. Whoo, man, that intro is good.
What do you think?
Oof. I'm gonna give. I'm gonna L them.
I kind of want to too, because I know my picks for the rest of this
Yes,
the
BB. Yeah, you're right. The Big East. Yeah, it's been gone for so long that I haven't paid much attention to it.
I have my picks. I'm gonna say an L here. I think it's a stretch. I do, but I'm kind of playing a little bit of hardball. This is where I think the bias comes into play. Look, the reason I'm picking this is it's that game that I said where they get caught on their heels. That's my reason for this pick. I don't think they should lose this game, but history shows me. And again, it's a new team, new coach, right? And I look, I preached about this the other day about Florida, how we're like, oh, I've been a Florida fan forever. We're always the same every year. Well, things change, but there's just something about Miami. They find a way to choke. And until they prove to me otherwise, that's why this pick is here. Okay. Duke at home. Now, again, these losses could just stack up. But look, the goal is to win the ACC. So I'm thinking this is an easy
W there. Easy
because
W.
right now we only have one loss in the ACC. And I don't think for who was in it last. It was Wake Forest and Pitt, right? Were the two competitors that played. And Pitt's not going to have the season they did last year. Neither is Wake Forest. Georgia Tech's not going to be anything. Virginia V Tech. So this one loss isn't going to hurt their chances of that conference game, and they know that. That's their second. Their second conference game too.
Yeah, that's it. That's crazy. I mean, at that point, they've only played three. But they go.
No, I'm talking Virginia Tech. Sorry, that's what I was meaning. Their second conference game.
Yeah, they go their first 4 games. None of them are conference. Yeah, and then they go 3 straight, 4 or 5. Oh, that's it. The rest of the way home. So you got to hope that that your mindset's right and you're not losing people. Folks that that you need to be.
They've got a lot of home games, but it looks to me like the away games are the tough games.
Gosh, yeah.
Virginia Tech and Virginia away. I mean, if you lose at Virginia Tech and then you head to Virginia away, it could get ugly fast. It's just it's one of those games. It's like a Tennessee, Kentucky. That's all that it is. You know what I mean? I'm not trying to say Miami sucks, but it's just one of those games that those teams play hard, and if they know they can go in and ruin Miami's day, things change. Changes everything. Changes the whole feel of the situation. So I think they get the W here, though. What do you think?
Yeah. Virginia, yes. Virginia had a really good quarterback last year, and just their overall team just kind of it just played well. It just all synchronized well. No real the star that you're gonna wow, this guy's gonna just blow the top off. But all of them together played really good football. So yeah, I'm gonna give Miami the W there, but it's gonna be a tough game. That's gonna be a tough game.
Okay, this one's an easy one for me. I don't even need to talk about it. Let me go ahead and just. All right, you good, Steve? You want to move on from there?
I'm good with that. Nope. yeah.
Let's talk
We
about it.
can put a we can. Well, no, we don't have
Let's
to
talk
talk
about it.
about it. I mean, look, last
This might
year,
be
it,
the 1, 2, 3, 4, 8. That might be the 9th loss for Florida State at that point.
potentially.
Yeah,
Look, I mean,
in Miami, Florida
last
State's going to get
year,
railroaded.
yeah. I mean, like it was a nail biter last year, with Miami basically like kind of giving us the game. I mean, I think they threw 5 interceptions or 4 interceptions in the first half alone. I mean, and we still only won by like the last second. So if that's the case,
Steve
and
5'2"
you
says, "Come
just
on, Steve
expect, yeah,
5'8".
you expect that Miami's not going to do that again, then I would give them the W at home against FSU.
Okay, we'll move on from there. I won't beat you up too bad about it, Steve. Georgia Tech. This is an easy one for me. I mean, that should be a shoe
Yeah.
in. This is the game that I don't feel that they blow. This is where the ACC kind of gets soft to me, but that's not much on that one. Clemson, to me, look, Clemson, they don't feel like a powerhouse unless the only way DJ, I can't say his last name,
Ah,
the quarterback,
nobody can.
if he can get it going, but I don't think he's the guy, but if he can get it going, it could be a different conversation. But look, I'm high on Miami. The reason I have these L's here are I think A&M is a great football team, and I think the VTech is going to be one of those where Miami's, right? But I'm taking the W over Clemson.
They're at Clemson.
Yeah.
Ooh.
What do you think?
I mean, you've already got the W there. I'm 50-50. We'll have to see how no. We'll have to see how Van Dyke plays, how the wide receivers like
Look, I think Chris Ball is going to get that going. I don't think Clemson. Look, DJ didn't show me any good signs of to where I don't feel comfortable with it.
I get that, but at the same time,
we've got a lot of people in the chat saying an L. So I told them if they had some hotness on there that I would follow along. So if they're saying L,
my only concern with that W is it's at Clemson. Clemson has consistency with their coaching staff, even with their quarterback, who has been less than what we thought. But Miami's bringing in a new staff, sometimes you just don't know how that translates. And in a game like that,
I agree. That's a good point. I
in a
agree.
game like that, I just feel like a Clemson who is a national championship caliber team who's been in that level of game at the end of the year. It's not the beginning of the year. This is the end of the year. This is when you're starting to get refined.
I like it.
Yeah.
You won. You don't have to keep selling me. You close the
Oh
books.
my gosh.
Learn when to collect the first pay.
I got points here.
Pitt. So this is the reason why I was kind of hesitant, because I had a feeling of 9-3. This puts them at 8-4, because I have a feeling there's a loss at Pitt. I know Kenny Pickett's gone. Their backup quarterback isn't no slouch either. I watched him in the bowl game last year before he got hurt. He was doing well. Now they did lose their wide receiver, and it is at home, and that game could be a deciding factor. So I'm gonna go ahead and give a W. Actually, I just talked myself out of it. I forgot the number 1 wide receiver left. Pittsburgh. I'm thinking W.
Yeah,
9-3 was my prediction from the beginning.
Yeah, if Miami plays Clemson tough and they play them within, a 7-point game, a 3-point game, a 10-point game, and then they get to the last game of the season, then they have a lot of momentum, and I would give them the win with Kenny Pickett being gone. Kenny Pickett was really good, by the way, and as a college quarterback, tiny hands. But I would give them the W on that, provided that the Clemson game doesn't go so badly for them that they can't recover from next week. But I'll give them a W.
So 9-3 is what we're agreeing on. Are we saying a ACC championship, or we can't go that far yet?
Ooh,
it's too much. It's too much. You can't do that. You can't do that because we don't know. We haven't predicted the rest of the schedule, and it's just that's 2 conference losses, which to me isn't horrible, but I think they're going to be in a conference game.